Good evening and welcome to the July 21st meeting of the Hampden Select Board and Board of Health in the Townhouse Auditorium. This meeting is being recorded here and broadcast over Zoom. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Is there anybody else recording the meeting? Kristen, there you are. Thank you. Okay, first thing on the agenda, minutes. Lauren, we have two.
Yes.
Okay, June 30th. Part of the police chief search update. Other various issues. Anything back on that vehicle complaint?
Not
At this
yet.
point? No? Wasn't there a timeline we had to have a response by? We started the clock?
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
It went out on the 8th.
So the clock's expired.
Yep.
Brian, do you know what the next step is?
So the 10-day clock relates to the ability of
Them to appeal?
the police department to begin enforcement.
And how will they do that?
Through citation, through a
So have
criminal
they?
citation.
All right, have they?
Not to my knowledge.
I gave them a copy of the letter last week. So they know when it went out.
Okay. Any questions on the minutes?
Move approval of the June 30th, 2025 minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
July 7th. Meeting with advisory prior to this meeting. More police updates and holiday lighting proposal.
Move approval of July 7th, 2025 minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, first thing on the agenda, we have a public hearing for a poll petition. Do we have the rep from National Grid online?
Hello, Selectman. Rob Green speaking for National Grid. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Good. Rob, things have changed. We're no longer we're now select board members.
All right, Select Board members, nice to meet all of you over voice.
Oh, we can't do this. He didn't say the right thing.
Yeah, really, yeah, come back next week. And we're not going to be here, but basically, so we have a public hearing for a request for poll petition brought to us by National Grid. Is he on Zoom?
Yes.
Can we
Yes,
switch?
it is. You what?
Can you switch the screen?
To him?
Yeah.
No video.
Oh, he has no video.
No. Yeah, video, he should. He talks on, that comes on. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's just audio.
Rob, you have no video?
That is correct, Select Board members. I do not have video.
No, how do we know it's you?
Oh, we're not. Okay.
All right, so share with us what you wanted done here.
Sure. So the long and short of this poll petition that National Grid is reaching out to you guys for is essentially a effort for reliability for the customer at the end of this road of Chestnut Hill, 26 Chestnut Hill. We currently have for their service a pole line that goes through the woods, and National Grid, in an effort for reliability, is petitioning for one pole at the end of their driveway, just for relocation of their service.
I'm gonna share my screen, okay?
Yes. All right, so you're adding P, which one are you adding here? I know you can't see ours, but the sketch you had there, the proposed pole is,
P6, are you adding P6?
Six.
Pole number 6, that is correct.
Are you taking P5 out or leaving it there?
So P5 will be remaining. Currently, that is, as it stands in the field, the last pole in line. But there is a service that goes through the woods to number 26, to a private owned pole on their property. So what we're going to do is service from pole 6 alongside their driveway, which is right in the vicinity of where pole 6 is.
well, the good thing, Don, it's a brand new pole, so it won't be a double pole.
I won't have to be out there with my chainsaw.
All right. Do we have the, we don't have to have the people here
I think we
from,
do.
just, are you, yes.
I'm the owner of 26 Chestnut Hill Road.
All right, well, welcome.
So the reason we're needing this installation is because we had a house fire back in April of last year.
Mhm.
And we've been working with our insurance company to try to get it rebuilt. But we can't begin asbestos remediation or smoke remediation until such time as the house can be repowered. And because of the location of the secondary pole that's on the property being too far, on the street, it exceeds the span required by National Grid for them to re-energize the pole and re-energize the house. So this is the situation we find ourselves in, but we've made some progress, obviously, since we're here in front of you tonight.
Okay, so,
So you're in favor of this?
you're only 100%, all right. Yeah. All right, it seems pretty clear, he's not, again, not an issue down with, obviously, any pole removal or anything like that, and it does actually provide stability for the line as well. So I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the placement of pole P6 on, what is it, 26 Chestnut Hill Road, 26 Chestnut Hill Road?
Yes.
And approximately 840 feet northeast of the center line of the intersection of Forest Hill Road.
Second. And the typical caveat is, again, work with the highway superintendent for placement, again, off the road surface, et cetera, you know, so not to impact his snow removal, et cetera. All those in favor?
Aye. Good luck.
Yeah, good to see you again, Rob.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right.
You guys here for the cookies, or? So we have before us the Fire Department Building Committee. Gentlemen,
Yep,
how's it going?
good.
You done yet?
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
So let's just do a
Just the windows.
quick intro for maybe a few new faces, but obviously myself, Mark Barba, Chief Ed Pullen, Lance Trevelyan, and Ted Rigby. So,
Play hockey with your son, sorry.
oh,
Yeah, years and years ago.
So kind of want to, first, thanks for having us in, kind of sort of kick off the next phase, next chapter of the project. So communicate with Brian a little bit. There's two things that sort of need to happen. Probably the most important one is the selection, putting out an RFQ for the OPM, the owner's project manager for the project. Fired off to Brian, sort of a template that Wilbraham had used for their senior center project, just to get an idea. So it's our plan to take that, alter it for our project, get that, back and forth, get that solidified, to get that out to bid, if you will, to get that person selected. Also, then the next phase will be figuring who will finalize the architectural and the design and the bidding process of the project. Communicated with Brian that in the RFQ for Secoshio, the firm that did our initial plan. We believe the wording is in such a way that if we wanted to continue with them for the next chapter, we could, but we want to sort of get some direction on that. It would be our goal to stick with the firm that did everything, all the work up to this point, to have them do the rest of it, take us through the bidding process. So those are the sort of two things.
Was there a caveat in your proposal before, you had a price, you expected it to be good for a while, that this is good to get done, but we need this done prior to, we don't want this dragging out for more than 6 months because we're afraid that escalation will start happening at that point?
Sure.
The proposal that you put out had tasks 1 through 4, and then at the pleasure of the town, phase 5, or number 5, would be the continuation of the program. So the feeling is that we probably wouldn't have to advertise it again, and that once we get the OPM in place, then that generates, they work together and start the ball rolling, so that we could conceivably, hopefully, get something in the bid list before the spring prices go up. I don't think it would be outlandish to ask them to try and get it bid out in December when people have jobs that they're looking to line up.
And that's sort of our goal is from now, 4 to 5 month window from now to bidding being done, everything ready to go, break ground in the spring. Sort of, that is our plan. We don't have an exact timeline, but would estimate the project itself probably 12, 14 months, possibly. That's to be determined, but again, we've got 2 parts. We've got a remodel and sort of new construction at the same time, so it'd have to be phased. But, our goal would be to move this to be able to start in the spring, construction. Bidding is done, so take the next, August, September, October.
Are you sold on the $8 million price? What if you could do something for $6 million or $5 million?
We carved that pretty well to get to the 8.
Right.
There are pieces that we can still look at relative to participants on their side. We don't need a landscape architect, for instance. That's $30,000. To have someone from Rhode
I
Island.
mean, those are the kind of things I'm thinking, anything, I mean,
Sorry?
those are the kind of things I'm thinking, like, I look through even some of the things like renting a trailer. If this building is gonna be vacant, they could use the offices in here.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing.
The building committee is very, very active with searching those things out and picking them out. We're very, very aware of those.
Who's gonna make a decision if they say the contingency, we need another 50,000 for, I don't know, put this kind of steel? Who makes that decision? The building committee or the selectmen, or select board?
Well, I think it'd be the building committee of the OP.
Budget that you gave us.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what
We would have to come back to you to say that.
Well, you said the budget we gave us, I mean, the town voted
Town vote.
not to exceed 8.3 million, and my goal is to not to exceed anything near that.
Every project that I have done in Wilbraham, I won't say that we gave back as much money as I wanted, but we didn't go over budget and we gave back money. So I think that's.
I just don't trust architects and these guys, because if there's a contingency, they're gonna find a contingency.
Those cost money. There won't be a sign that says who's building it, because that costs money. They want to put up the sign, it's with their money, not our money. So I'm very about austere building.
What are you gonna do, when the construction, what are you gonna do with when the construction is going on? How are you gonna run the department? Like, where are they gonna?
Park the vehicle, you're
where they
taking the
gonna- where you
parts
park the
down.
vehicles, where are you gonna put the guys there?
And the
That's
trucks.
all part of planning coming up with the architect.
So we don't know yet,
Part of
or,
this stuff.
we don't know yet, or,
We're hoping that they can build around the existing structure and keep us in the house as long as possible till the weather warms up. And then we'll be looking.
At least
I know, but no matter what, you're still taking down the bay to the right. So at one point, you'll be down one bay.
right.
So the vehicles that are over there go where?
if we get a jump on it in the spring, we won't be faced with the winter, and we'll have the winter bays done so that in the daytime, we might be out, but in the nighttime, we could put it back into the bays. That's pretty much what we did in Wilbraham.
A lot of those vehicles don't have water storage on them, on that side either, so it's like, you know, we're up against freezing temperatures, trucks that have water in them. You know, we don't wanna, obviously, water freezes, it does damage the pumps, so that's what we're concerned about.
Did they look at a modular building? You know, they have these modular fire stations and all that.
Or more of a Butler building to the right, basically.
Pretty steep dollars.
Yeah.
To do that type of thing, to work. Unfortunately, because you don't have water, we have brush trucks and we have a plethora of equipment here that, we have no tankers in Wilbraham, for instance, even though we have, probably 60% of the town doesn't have hydrants. But they carry enough water, and then you deal with your partners in the mutual aid aspect of it. So those are contingencies we've been conversing on. You know, where if we didn't have to have a place for the brush truck, or didn't have one in the winter, where could we put it? Because we really don't need it in the winter. So we could find space there, trade off maybe with highway a little bit, or other facilities where we could store them. We stored some of our equipment at Skinner's, because that was adjacent, kind of over the railroad tracks to get to it, but those are contingencies we had to make. And we were living in trailers on Woodland Dell, but could get the trucks into the station at night, so. Those are all moving parts to this kind of a deal, but.
All right, so the next step you're looking for right now is OPM?
Correct.
All right,
We're required to have an OPM
Right.
online before we can go any further.
okay. Brian?
And to make sure we can stay with the same architect.
Right.
I did see one question come in for later. Somebody asked a question, just FYI. I think it was Thad.
Yeah, that asked whether the architect could just begin the plans now before the OPM is hired, and the answer to that is no. And the reason is because the law requires the OPM to be on board before final design can be started.
And technically, the OPM is making that decision that the architect is keep in the project too as well. You're hoping that, but there's no guarantee that that's the selection, right?
The selection would still come back to the committee regardless.
Right.
They might make a recommendation, and if they had validity, then we would probably, obviously listen to it, but at this point, we don't see that that's the necessity to do that.
Okay. Lance, do you think there's a possibility next year is a slow building year? People who are bidding are going to sharpen their pencils, there might be,
Well, it's an ideal time to bid in December, November,
you
December.
want to load the book basically at that point, right?
And that way we're sure of a good early spring start. So, you know, could prices go down between now and then? It certainly is a possibility.
Well, it's an attractive project, it's not wicked huge, it could fill in a gap. You look at what happened with the first water project, that company, we got a great price because they had an open couple weeks and did the work, you know? So you might find somebody says, you know, I've got a little time free, I can put a crew on for something like that.
Which all ties back, the sooner we can get the project ready to get to bid, out to bid.
You find those people, right?
Exactly, the better off we're all gonna be.
The school building authority doesn't roll those projects out with any rapidity either, so a lot of the big guys are looking for that, but they're looking for a bridge job, so to speak, in between.
You know, compared to a school, this is a bridge job, exactly, right.
When we get this new station, is it gonna lower our ISO rating?
Unless it comes with hydrants in town, no.
Yeah. That's the only thing that'll bring it down, right?
Pretty much.
Water supply, right.
We're doing everything else.
So we'll still be a 9?
Water plays a huge part in that. I mean, there's other ratings that insurance companies use, so it's just one of them. One of it is a classification of how many gallons of water you carry on wheels, and we exceed that amount. So, you know, your insurance company will, you know, they accept that. You can use it go that way as well.
Is the cistern still in this plan?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's springs, fire protection, to send to town as well.
It would actually be 2 cisterns, a smaller one for the sprinkler system, and then the larger one to fill the trucks. So we won't get into the drops and all of those kind of things. Those will be coming out, and we can't really fill the truck with them anyway, so. Again, time and place, antiquity is going away.
You see any issues with the potential of moving the staff into this building during the construction period? Building's gonna be vacant for the most part?
It will be, but the question is, are we going to be any kind of maintenance at that point? We haven't even talked about how the insurance level is going to be at that point. We still have the question of the condition of the building.
Right.
So that's, as Don said, is this the right location for it? It's a great location, but does it open up a different problem? So.
Normally in a project like this, the new part, which is basically you're facing it to the right, would happen first. The new construction would happen first, which means we stay in place where we're at as long as possible.
Right.
The new part's done, built up as much as possible. In the ideal world, then you take from the old to move into the new part, or some combination.
I think they're gonna miss the rest of it at all. They'd be happy to use someone's over here. Yeah.
Right.
Definite step up.
Barely.
Yeah, if they're not cleaned, we have no staff here. So, all right, and then Derek?
Oh, you guys have.
So you're gonna copy this or work off of this?
Yep.
And give it to Brian?
Exactly,
We'll
we're
go
gonna work on
through the
that document
process.
to get that done, so really the next thing you'll probably see from us, the committee, working with Brian, would be getting that OPM RFQ out there. Get it
Right.
produced, get it out there, get it advertised, get that person on board. And then basically the next steps will start following.
All right, timing wise, how long do you think you need for that? Because again, we're on every other week meeting. We don't want to hold you up.
Right.
If that's something you think you can complete, Brian, within a week,
I would-
don't wait for us to get it out.
Right, yeah, I would think a week or two at most is what it would take just to get that to our project.
Right.
I think we got both a PDF and
I've got that in Word also, Brian. Yep, so we can start altering that.
Yeah, so change the name from Wolverham to Hampden. Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Or Hampton, as Ty and Bond likes to say. Right, Don?
Let it go.
All right, great. Yeah, you see anything else?
I have
Money,
one question.
cookies?
The asbestos abatement we haven't done, so I just want to make sure that those funds would be available for us to start doing that, so that it doesn't flop into the free cash and we have to go through that.
No, it's a warrant article, so
It's available.
Yep.
Which reminds me, I think in the breakdown of costs, they have asbestos abatement for the tiles listed at 13,
Slice that out.
We reduced that,
original one.
the original budget line, we
with
reduced that.
like
Oh, because you
13,485.
knew you had the other money.
We had this.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Yeah, we went through their first version very carefully, line by line, and started eliminating stuff from
Yeah,
the mill.
it's not saying that there's not more abatement that
Yeah,
needs to be
yeah.
done. I don't know about ceiling tiles.
They do have money in there for ceiling tiles. I was just looking at the floor
We
tiles.
certainly anticipate there being other
Right.
things up there, but
Yeah.
as you know, the floor, which is the bulk of it.
All right.
All right.
Great. Good,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yep.
Off to Mill Pond tonight, Ed, or is that tomorrow night?
What's done?
Night?
How is that Piney Hollow over there, isn't it? Is it deep enough?
Yes.
Okay, well, with the rain we've had, I hope so, yeah.
John?
John has a question.
Sorry?
John has a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
What was the question?
Was the generator hooked up?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's working, but. Yes, the generator's hooked up. It took 18 months. So that was for the generator, so I figured this project will be,
The generator, final cost hookup was 25, right?
yeah, it's 30 for the generator, 25 to hook it up.
Save something ultimately.
It's this.
That's that.
The whole thing, yeah.
How many was that, Cliff?
Sorry?
Want me to hand those out?
Oh, that'll help, thank you.
Good poll thing. Okay, here we go. We're going under.
Another one there, Brian? I don't have one.
Oh. There you go. There.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyway,
Board has one.
you have copies of what I sent
Yes, we do.
for the, okay.
Wow.
Right. So, I don't believe we've met Cliff Bombard.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Officially.
So start at the top. Cliff?
Well, kind of like to look at the bottom
Fair enough.
of the actual journal entry. It's only $63,000 with some major hits. That's not bad. But it does kind of show that some departments weren't paying much attention to their budgets. So I can start at the top and go through them if you want, or you can just review them on your own.
Okay. I think the only thing I'm jumping at here is the top one there, temporary help, Cliff, is actually selectman expense.
Oh, that's easy to change.
Okay. Because temp help had a ton of money left over. Almost as much as selectman expense went over, yeah. But what? We paid Brian more than he was supposed to get? Brian,
I know, I just saw that.
you need to talk to the wife about that.
When was that trip?
How'd that work? Is that extra day thing in the year that happens
Not paying
sometimes?
attention. Gets paid by the month?
No, but I'm saying that sometime that leap year thing comes and bites us a bit. Yeah. All right, the advisory committee clerical. Thank you. Taking care of that. Assessor.
They haven't seen this, by the way, advisory, they're seeing it for the first time.
So was that all extra hours, basically, overtime
For what?
for the principal assessor?
Well, that was her buybacks and all that other stuff, that's why I charged.
Oh, because it was you charged it to the salary, not the employee benefits?
Well, that's the way it came through. That's the way Dick,
So you just rolled with it?
yeah, so that's why I charged it to
All right.
employee benefits.
Okay. Long claims, that was all the extra work done, we saw with the couple things, yeah. Yeah. Office equipment acquisition, that's, I didn't believe we had that much left over. Or,
I think those.
I see IT, was it just things maybe, you're using the two of them because they possibly were miscredited to each other and it's a wash at that point?
It's how it gets turned over to
Right.
me by the department that's sending the money, requesting the money.
And the line between those two things is so blurred nowadays, it's
Right.
really the same account.
Sometimes I think we budget too refined.
I did look into this one, that's true, there was computer purchases that were applied to IT and not office equipment.
I'm surprised about the Quinn money. I mean, that's usually brought to us as a hard number based on who's in, and to be off like that, it's just, even though it's minor money, it's just surprising to see a discrepancy. Fire department salaries, huh?
I think fire,
And no, I expected call to be high, but the salaries, I thought were pretty fixed.
some of them were probably posting errors like budget, building department expenses versus building office expenses. It was just probably a clerical error.
Might also be like vacation coverage that was unplanned and stuff like that, and, you know, having to bring somebody in and pay that person at the same time.
Well, that would have been in another place. But it wasn't really a large amount of money.
No,
And Mark did call me or text me and say that, you know, could he spend the highway expense, could he transfer what he wanted to spend out of payroll? Just overdraw the account and get the payroll at the end of the year. So, and he turned back the money.
so water district operations, John, that was up quite a bit.
Yes,
You know, what was the extra 11 for, do you know?
well, activity projected for next year.
No, that's what we spent last year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was
Testing, and there's,
for the water district? Oh, that's usually, okay.
is it broken out that way, or is it operation?
Mhm.
We had some repairs.
I did see on the recap before that transfer station monitoring was 20,000 in the red, but I don't see it here. The top of page 4.
Well, it was $11,000.
No, that's water district.
Oh, transfer station, monitor?
And that was probably all the extra testing we had to do with the abutting properties.
That's,
That testing was careless.
It was, you know,
But it's not showing up here.
I don't see it showing up here on the recap, yeah. But if you had to, you'd certainly get it from the, I was surprised to see the extra money in catch basin cleaning,
yeah, that was too.
yeah, which would take care of your shortfall in transfer station if you had to.
I mean, if you want to change any of these,
No, I'm just saying, I see that line at the top there, but I don't see it on the recap list. And I'm happy to say that, boy, if you want to take care of that with the extra money and
where would you
catch
like to
basin,
take- where would you like to take it from?
catch basin cleaning,
You got it.
right? And it still gives you an extra $3,000.
I thought that was a contract figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, JR comes in, boom, boom, boom. Although I did think he said he got a new person this year,
He did.
didn't he? Yeah. And I was surprised to see, for instance, a couple things like shared health not being billed out at this point. You know, I thought Finn would have gotten that bill.
I talked with Finn today, there's no true up. There's no true up for
Wasn't?
FY '25,
Oh,
because they had some staff vacancies.
excellent.
They were within the grant budget.
Keep it going.
I know,
So we get to keep that 40 grand, basically?
yeah.
There you go.
Goes to free cash.
That's it, if you don't need it somewhere else. And I'm pretty sure I checked with Mark, and he said that truck did get paid for, so they've been driving it, so if they don't want the money, we keep it. I did hear what both lawnmowers showed up and the thing is. Any others you see, Don, the question on? Or?
I mean, my sense of it was on a budget of
$16 million, $63,000 variance is a pretty modest figure.
Exactly.
The good thing is that we raised and appropriated the money. It's not like it's a shortfall, we're just switching it within accounts.
You know, but it does show that there is an opportunity, I think, what we had started a year or so ago to quarterly or something like that, take a look, talk to different departments and see how the budgets are going. Especially at the beginning, if something unexpected happens and we can address it at the fall town meeting, it gives us an opportunity to do that. Things like, heck, we just heard that the senior center lost grant funding, and that's gonna have to come to us in the fall to take care of that. You know, big shock. That ripple from Washington hits every town. So I think, Sandra, are you guys seeing anything or no?
We have to
Loss of
wait
funding
and
or-
see for 26,
Do
because
you?
it's still in 24,
Yeah.
the final fiscal year. The appropriations.
We do send the budget recaps out, not at the end of the month, but at the start of the next month. I don't hear back from anybody saying, oh, you got this wrong. The only one that checks them and tells me I'm wrong is Brian.
You want us to speak to him?
I'd like to get a couple of guys to speak. No, he checks,
Those guys are gone.
he calls me on them.
Okay. All right, and so with that change, adding the transfer station testing,
20,000.
the 20,894.12, and taking care of that from the excess and catch basin cleaning. If you do find out that perhaps that has been, because again, it is odd that it hasn't been spent, you certainly can take it from the shared health, if we've been told the 40 is left there, and then,
Yeah, well,
it is pretty strange that that contract, every year, it's that contract for catch basin.
Twice a
I know
year.
the vendor
Twice a year,
was. I'll
exactly.
find
October and
out
May.
who the vendor was for the
Yeah.
cleaning, and I can run a vendor list and see if they've been
Yeah, it's
paid.
catch basing and street sweeping at the same time. Okay, adding those, is the board comfortable with these?
Okay, I move that the board approve the transfer of funds as outlined in the expenditure report by the accountant, including the transfer station of $20,894.12. The transfer be made from the, as outlined by the accountant. To finish, to close out the FY '25 budget,
Bye.
after the consent of the advisory
Nice
committee.
to know you.
After the consent of the advisory committee.
We haven't voted yet.
Right, so to submit this list of suggested proposed transfers to the advisory for their approval and endorsement. Also moved? Aye.
So moved.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, you're we going downstairs.
We'll go downstairs.
So who's actually signing it? I believe it's you guys actually sign this, because it's your approval. Okay, so he'll handwrite the other one on there. Okay.
Used to be a lot more strict to do this at the end of the year. You had the department's approval. Make the move. It had to be within the same budget category. There was a lot more.
The others.
It's all right, we'll take the.
This makes it easier.
Leniency, yeah.
Okay. Cliff, great job, as always.
Thank you.
We do know you were talking about retiring, and we've denied that request. Come back next year, we might be, change our mind.
We'll talk, okay? Okay, it's not so much me, it's my wife. But it's me too.
Okay.
Oh, would you take those? Thank you. Gentlemen, ma'am.
Okay, Brian, police chief description.
Yep. So I worked with Chief Trombley to put together this draft job description.
What? Oh, go read it up then.
The only job description that we could find was, it was essentially a boilerplate document that was put in place by the police department during their last accreditation, or actually maybe not their last accreditation, but their accreditation in 2009. It was really old. So I worked with Chief Trombley to put together a more updated and better job description. So that's what's before the board right now. And really, Chief and I had a quick discussion about who should be responsible for the job description, and it really should be the select board as the appointing authority for the chief of police. It shouldn't necessarily be a job description within the police department, because those would be voted on by the person who's writing the job description, or approved by the person who wrote the job description.
What? Repeat that.
If this was a job description that was approved by the chief of police, he would be approving his own job description.
Right.
Therefore, it should be the select board as the appointing authority of the chief of police to write and approve the job description.
Okay.
All right, so the educational part, which is, so requiring a bachelor's degree, suggesting a master's, is what you're saying?
Yeah, master's would be preferred.
Okay. Is there language for basically the board to, consider additional, where sometimes you look, okay, we've got 35 years or as a military police officer, so therefore that would count towards something, equivalent to a bachelor's degree or something like that.
It reads, or any equivalent combination of experience.
All right. All right, well, the key thing, I think you're right, is to get this out as quickly as possible. Anybody see anything jumping out on them with the draft?
Good.
All right, so we motion to endorse the draft as presented by the town administrator and direct him to get it out for publication. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. How was that? How was that better?
That was good, that's good. Okay. Where are we at now?
Oh, we're done.
All right.
Oh, this is you.
Oh, yeah. No, the Hampden Wilbraham Regional School District Planning Committee is going to meet on, we haven't met since we discontinued negotiations with the Wilbraham Select Board, but we're meeting on August 12th. And I just want to assure you that see that our positions are still the same about pre-existing conditions. And also that, I don't know, there's some question whether they're going to hold a fall town meeting.
No, I talked to Mike Squindo and I talked to Todd Schneider, who's still chair of the finance, and both of them said at this point, they are not having a fall town meeting. That could change, but they've both taken a position point, there's nothing for a fall town meeting, which does surprise me because I kind of thought they were bringing the bleachers forward for the fall.
And the money for the middle school air quality and the regional agreement.
Right, which I thought Desi was really pushing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I did talk to Mike Squindo also, who's now the chair, and he wanted to know if the board had any appetite for meeting again. And I said, we're always willing for productive discussion.
We always have an appetite.
Yeah, really.
That's why we bring cookies.
That's right. We're always willing to have a productive discussion. But retilling the same ground with no thought of getting anywhere forward doesn't really help anybody. If you have a proposal that you think changes where we were in a productive way, have Nick contact Brian, and we'll certainly, we're neighbors. We want to work together on this. But it's not worth sitting for an hour and saying the same thing again, right?
Yeah,
Right.
no, but my biggest concern is the air quality in the building.
Yep.
And they did an air quality test, and 50% of the classrooms had too much carbon dioxide, and they gave out 33 recommendations. The first recommendation being to fix the ventilation system. And that's a Wilbraham building, although we have our kids in there. So I think they need to address that. If, you know, and I know that their feeling is, and speaking to one of their finance committee members, their feeling is that, well, it won't 100% cure the problem, fix the problem. Well,
It's better than zero.
it's better than zero. You know, 98 is better than zero.
Right, yeah.
And you've got kids in there and you know it's a known problem, so I don't know how we push that to get them to take care of that. So maybe that's a negotiating point, I don't know.
I was going to tell a story about that type of thing from General Electric, but in your thought about speeding it up, I'm going to leave that for another time.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's it.
All right. Liaison assignments. I thought we left a couple off. I'm not sure. Did somebody take parks?
I don't know.
No,
No.
No. Who had it last time? Was it Craig?
Greg, yeah.
Was it Craig? All right.
Craig.
I only bring that up because the COA is going to the parks meeting tomorrow night. So I'm going with them as the COA thing. If we had somebody else going as the, I didn't want to create a situation where, whoops, two of us are there at the same time. So, now, on the other hand, I have a pretty good history of parks as being president of RA, which you never were. You never were, by the way.
No, I never was,
You could have.
I was just
You're on the school committee.
I could have been.
Could have been a contender?
I could have been. No.
All right.
All right.
Anybody care if I take parks?
What's the issue?
Pickleball.
I didn't know that pickleball was a,
I think, huge now.
and no, pickleball was an issue in town. What's the,
It's going to be a discussion of the senior center offering pickleball for seniors at the school. And they don't charge for it, but Park and Rec wants to charge them to use it.
well, but the senior center charges for a lot of other things, right? Programs?
no.
Sure they do.
No, only if they hire an instructor. If they have a program that they do on their own, there's no charge. If they have to pay a yoga instructor to come in, they pay the yoga instructor, basically. They don't make any money for the center. All right.
So that's a decision, that's a,
Park and Rec decision.
how much do you want to charge?
I have no idea. I will admit I have not played pickleball. Tad? And paddle tennis, basically, is it, or?
It's fun. If you're a tennis player, it's a different deal, but it's a fun game.
I remember going to,
At a more advanced stage, you might need to do doubles, but
I remember going to racquetball from tennis, and that was a big change, moving short, basically. It's the same kind of thing you're saying? Because it's so condensed?
ball doesn't come off the
No, but I'm saying the shortness of racquetball from tennis, the same type of condensing, is that the problem?
Yeah, and there's a space you're not allowed to walk into, there's some rules that you get used to, but playing doubles is fun.
I think the question was how much they want to charge.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know.
No, I mean, I didn't know if you've been over there, that's my point.
I played in the auditorium.
So what do they charge?
Play football.
Well, that was a
$2?
freebie, the one that Dale runs
And then they do the
with
senior center.
Dale Damaris, with
Yeah.
the Park and Rec. I think that was free.
So
I
I'm
haven't
So
been over there in a year.
the Park and Rec one is free?
for the senior center, and we don't charge anything.
I don't-
Okay.
Reach, we pay $3,
Oh, maybe we need a doubles team. Eric, what are you doing?
I'm up.
All right.
which is nothing.
Okay, so you're bringing back the old time. I found them on my computer, Don.
I think
The
we should
select-
reinstitute the select board newsletter, and the reason being is we have a lot of projects going on. We have the fire station, we have the move, we have the police chief, we have a lot of things, and it might be good to have a thing. The only caveat I have is, I wonder if we previously attached it to the Scantic Scribe, and if I'm not.
We didn't.
We said, do we do it separately?
We did it separately, so I did it. This is something
Yeah.
John started. And I used to do it at the office. And at that point, the town had their own bulk rate stamp.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, I looked at some of the ones on my computer, some were 4, 6 pages, because we asked every department to come up with something we would throw into the newsletter.
Yeah.
So, but that gets back into, I mean, now we're looking at a combination of digital distribution as well as,
Well, so I'm wondering if you wouldn't have, set up one of those constant contact things, the people give you their email address, and you just email it.
we have that on the website.
We have that, yeah.
You know, you can click a space where you're automatically notified of meetings coming up and stuff like that, and nobody clicks it.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know that was out, I'm sorry.
And that gets into, you know, how do you, let's say educate, how do you,
Well, part of the newsletter, it's just a resident, I would say, anything you can do that would span residents.
we got,
would help.
you know, we're hiring a police chief, we got the fire department, we got the move, we got,
the move is the big thing,
yeah, the move is the big thing.
But I think Don makes a good point that you have already a source going out once a month to everybody in town. And should we say, hey, can we have 2 pages in that every month?
Yeah.
Just like that, and rather than having, it's already 1 page, we're gonna attach to it front
We
and
can
back
still
every
offer
month.
the digital version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, which they have, so, all right. In fact, let's go, ask Becky how easy it is.
Gotta organize
Beep,
that.
beep, beep, beep.
Lauren will do that. Got Lauren next to that.
Yeah, what are you doing on Fridays, Lauren?
Not working.
Okay, reminder to boards and committee, but Don, you and I have been talking about this for a couple years, it seems like. We click online like,
Can't find. there's
Can't
nothing
find
on
it.
You know, they may be approving them in a timely fashion, but we don't know that. And,
but here, you see a committee, and you're watching the video, and they're handing out minutes to their members to approve. So you have them. You have them in Word. You can put them online.
yeah,
I mean, there was a sheet of paper you gave them. So if there's more help they need in how to get that onto the website, Brian, I guess bring it up August again, you know, don't hesitate to ask for help. We're all here to make it better for the residents, getting anything out we can.
I have one other item.
It's not on here.
I know, but it's,
I thought you were gonna go check them out first.
well, it's got here, we're not getting anything until the check gets here, so.
All right,
So this.
let me turn it over to the Board of Health. Yes,
This is a food permit for patty cakes, cupcakes. For the starting gate, they must be doing that,
no, I thought there was in that,
permit, operate one-day food service at the starting gate on July 31st at 8 PM.
huh,
Yeah, July 31st, permit expires at 8 PM, I don't know.
it can be up there by then, I guess.
So this would be a motion for approval contingent upon receipt of the check.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So that's all I got.
All right. Select Board member reports. We had a senior center building committee meeting this morning. Again, talking about what's happening so far, going forward. They again are concerned about prices, and we'll be bringing a report back to the board probably in a couple of weeks.
Now they're doing the roof, right? The roof and,
The roof first was the.
was the roof first, right? Yeah, roof
Yes,
first. and
right,
then the
roof
window.
first, yeah. Pens everywhere.
Conservation Commission met. There was an issue, it was an enforcement order issued to Russ Morton for Southridge Estates. But there was some concern about other residents that might be affected in that. So I think from what I heard, if I'm not mistaken, the commission has agreed to seek a site survey, if you will, to define whose property is where, because I think Russ's concern was that there was other properties being cut. So basically, at this point in time, they were just basically told, please, kind of stop what you're doing, and the land is revegetating, and then they're gonna kind of go pursue that. They did have another note, they did have another concern over by the East Long Meadow line, but it ended up determining that they also had Russ there for that, but it ended up not being his property, ended up being his daughter's property, so they're asking the daughter to attend the next meeting, so there was really no advancement in that to date, so more to come from the next meeting.
Yeah, the town manager of East Long Meadow reached out to me, I saw him at the parade, and said he'd getting quite a bit of notice from the East Long Meadow people concerned about that access there, what was going on, so. But a lot of that, I won't say is smoke, but they saw the notice happening, oh, what does this mean, what does this mean, what does this mean? It doesn't mean they're paving next week.
Right.
Right. So I still am concerned about that survey thing. When I was on the planning board and a contract, somebody came in, A&R, whatever, you do all the work.
Right.
And bring it to us. I would hope that the town would not be paying for the survey. You want something, you bring it in.
Right.
The right way, so.
I already did it.
And well done, too. Thank you. I would like to hear it again.
I'll send you
I'll watch the video.
I'll watch the video.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Brian?
Sorry, can I say something? You also have to report on what you signed last week.
Yes, I'm sorry.
In your
Is that in here?
It's 5, maybe?
Right. So as the board did authorize a single person to sign warrants on the weeks that we do not have a meeting, last week I came in and signed 3 warrants. Warrant number 54, which was the last warrant for FY '25, in the amount of $86,554.57. 2 warrants for week 2 of FY '26. The payroll warrant, 115,923.52, and the accounts payable warrant of 1.488 million, $1,488,735.77. And those 3 warrants were signed.
Now that
I believe all those checks were cashed.
Whether they were good. The big one, the one for, that's the,
Water, part of the water project,
and the,
school payment.
no,
I thought it was school, one,
I think
tonight was school
employee
payment.
benefits.
Yeah, retirement.
Employee benefits.
No,
Oh, tonight is
retirement. We do the prepayment for the retirement, for the
Yeah, I mean,
discount,
not
yeah.
employee, I mean, the
Yeah.
Hampden County retirement,
Right,
$916,000.
And then I think a payment to Balthazar for part of the project too, yeah. Yeah. And then, of course, it's things like Gwen, they take them all in the first week, yeah, yeah. All right,
Thank you.
Brian?
Hiring update, we received 29 applications for the facilities manager position. We've received 14 for the accountant. Part of what I'll be doing this week is kind of combing through those and seeing which ones are qualified and which ones are sort of just thrown in there. And then I'll send those out and move forward with that process. The regional energy manager has started work. PVPC hired a company called NV5 as the regional energy manager, and they are going to be doing energy audits. I'm going to try to schedule them the first week in August with PWB being the priority. Over this past week, I did receive the award contract for the casino grant, so I'll get that signed and we'll get that started. We can reach out to our partners on that project. And we still need to schedule the next negotiation session for the highway union contract.
We don't have to do the grievance.
Within X number of days, I think, we have X days from the chief's denial, I thought.
Yeah, from the chief's response. And that was received today.
All right, so it can be
I think it's
inside.
10 days or something like that.
Well, that's the thing, is at 10 or 15, because that means otherwise we're going to have to schedule a meeting, because we're not going to make it 2 weeks to the next meeting.
Unless
something like that?
they agree to,
Right.
they could agree to it.
The other thing I wanted to bring up, you mentioned the energy thing, I mentioned it before. I'd like to go through our notes for the power purchase agreement that we're using with Sincarfa or whatever their company name is now, and get them in and find out where we stand, especially since we're going to be, this building is part of that agreement. So therefore, it's not valid for much longer. So we need to figure out, do we change it to the other site or whatever? So I think we need to bring them in. Yeah.
And we're still working on getting the utilities changed over at Thornton Burgess. Thank you to the district for continuing to pay for the utilities in July.
Why are you working on it?
So I think Lawrence got the electricity changed over, and I think we're waiting on gas.
Don, you want to give us a quick report that, hey, some poles are gone?
Some poles are gone. There was originally, they claimed 80 poles, I believe there's more. They removed 45 of them. They had 35 left. They removed an additional 6 this week, bringing it down to 29. Charter has to move 16 wires, Verizon has to move 9 wires, MBI has to move 2, and somebody else, I don't know where they are.
Oh, the other could be.
Yeah, they have to move.
I think there's actually a couple poles with nothing on them that
There's
just
a
aren't
couple of
pulled.
poles now that they can pull down. So we got it down to about 29.
Well, there's some reaction, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a lot of help from Senator Oliveira's office too. It's amazing when you have a hearing at the State House, all of a sudden they could become responsive.
Exactly.
I know Spectrum was in last week doing some enhancements, but
Yeah,
a lot of angry people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, all of a sudden.
Including myself.
Exactly.
But I'm not
What
really
happened?
sure if we've seen the end results. Brian, you haven't heard from Spectrum at this point, the rep basically following up saying, hey, we're doing this upgrade last week, but any follow, I'm assuming you would have forwarded that along, but.
Yeah, I have not heard anything.
It's
I'm
funny,
just
I knew
curious.
it, and until all of a sudden you posted or something like, oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
They're doing
Yes,
work
exactly.
overnight.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Supposedly they're supposed to be in contact with options from what the communication had said, and nothing as of yet, so.
okay. All right,
15 days.
I'll open it to the floor. John, Kat, no? The other selectmen? No? Okay, nothing. All right, with no other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you.